Well, here we are, Tricia Walsh. We are at Mystic Matters. Good evening.
Good evening, and it is fall.
All right, Tricia.
I'm sorry to state the
Tricia,
obvious.
I was in a really good mood until you said it is fall. But you know, fall is one of my favorite times of year.
It is. It's
the mornings
too
are a little
short.
crisp.
The mornings are crisp, but I feel that this season is beautiful here in New England, and it's a little too short for my liking.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, welcome back. We've missed you on Mystic Matters the last couple of shows. So,
Thank you.
But I want to tell you that Tricia Walsh, as a president, is a very hardworking president. Deserves all the time off. Okay, maybe not all the time off, but I mean, deserves a let's say, time off vacation, and we're really
I was trying
happy.
to remember if I was on vacation or at a meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the meetings could run, literally, her meetings could run every single day, but welcome back.
Thank you.
And you're seeing the position a little bit different this evening, but we want to welcome back Susan Bailey. She is not a newbie, let's say, on Mystic Matters, but certainly a friend to the Chamber and also to the community. Thank you, Susan Bailey, for coming back and always being part of Mystic Matters.
I'm happy to be here.
So what are we talking about?
Today, we are going to talk about Groton's Fall Festival.
Okay, and what is Groton's Fall Festival?
Groton's Fall Festival is organized by the Groton Business Association,
Okay.
which is a division of the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce. We're very active. We support all businesses in Groton, whether you may have a storefront, you may just do business in Groton. You know, sometimes people wonder if, well, I don't have a storefront, but I have customers or clients. And we're like, everybody is welcome. We're very inclusive. We advocate for local business. We educate. We share information. We're very busy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's very busy.
And I also should mention that the GBA would not exist without our co-chairs, Susan Bailey and Al Valente,
Yes.
who run this volunteer organization, which although it's a division of the chamber, it is not staffed. So with their free time, what little of it they have, they give to making sure that the GBA produces some really great events, which Groton Fall Fest is one of them.
And how old is Groton Fall Fest?
We are in our 9th year. We started very small. It was before my time.
Yes, with Leanne Aubry and the dreams of a lot of the Groton merchants, which is very important. You know, years and years ago, there was really, outside of downtown Mystic, was really only one place to shop years ago, and it was Groton. You know, what do they call that? Not the Million Mile, but
Hamburger Hill.
Hamburger Hill. Well, you know, there's a lot of great restaurants, a lot of great shopping, and I think it really has made the turn. A lot of people go to Groton and shop as well. And we are located in Groton now, right here. What's the shopping center called? I can't remember.
We're in the Groton
Shopping Center.
Groton Shopping Center. But there's a front and the back, and so Mystic Matters is filmed here also, and so we're very proud to be here. So what date is Groton Fall Festival?
Groton Fall Festival is always on the Saturday of Columbus Day weekend, and this year that is October 11th, and it is invariably one of the most beautiful weather weekends. The official height of leaf season here is October 15th, so we get close.
And I say this every year, and I'm going to say it again, you're probably sick of hearing it, but if you're going to plan something, plan it for this weekend. I mean, Tricia Walsh also got married this weekend. She knew. She said that weekend is always the best weather weekend, and it is.
And Tricia Cunningham also got married this
Yes,
weekend.
exactly
That's right.
too. So it's a great time to get married, to go out there and support this festival this year.
Maybe we'll have a wedding at the Fall Festival some year in the future.
You know, that would be pretty
Or,
neat.
you know what I was thinking? Renew
Susan?
my vows.
Renew your vows?
Because I could re-register
For gifts? Okay, I'm out. But anyway, Susan, that would be great. So tell us about the day. When does it start, and
we
what do you have
start
going on?
at 10 a.m. We end up at 4. Of course, our volunteers are there. It's practically still dark, starting at 7 to set up, getting ready for the vendors. We have wonderful volunteers from the Navy who come help us. We have a large number of volunteers from Grosso Tech, high school students.
Jack Severa and crew?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Members of the community, GBA, board people, of course. And so by 10 o'clock, everything is set and ready to go. And we do go. We have over 100 vendors already registered.
Is that typically how many you have? Is that?
We're pretty much on target.
We're right on target.
Okay, yeah. That's a lot of vendors.
It is a lot of vendors, all kinds of vendors, everything from art to children's things to chicken busu to all kinds of nonprofits, jewelry.
Is this a nice way to highlight your personal business too?
It's a great way.
Okay.
It's a great way. The registration fee is really small, and we have thousands of people come through. Right. It's just huge crowds. So it's a terrific way for small businesses, startups, small businesses that do most of their
One-man
custom
shows.
online.
Yeah.
It's a great way for them to have a presence. We're like a pop-up. We are.
Where do people park, Shadow?
Well, the parking is free,
Yeah.
and that is at Grasso Tech High School. Along with Grasso, I have to mention as one of the sponsors of the event. Just they donate the parking lot, and then they have the students that are manning it, helping everybody, get into a great space. And then there's a shuttle bus that's free, that's running constantly throughout the event. So we make it very, very easy to park your car in a great spot and just take the shuttle down. You get right off, and you're at the festival.
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. So some of the people that can you name some of like the food people? And
You bet.
it's all about, listen, if you're going to be walking around, you got to have, it's all about the food, I think.
If you're going to visit 100 vendors, you need sustenance.
Yes, you do.
This is what we're
Yeah.
thinking. We want to provide that. We have some return food vendors, and we have some new ones, and I think it's all pretty exciting. We have New England Soft Serve, who has been with us from the beginning. And they're, ice cream. Who doesn't? Everybody has to have ice cream.
Even
so
in the
that's
fall,
important. Yeah.
you have to have ice cream. Yeah.
We have the Rolling Tomato returning. We have State Street Saloon is new this year from New London.
Okay, I was going to say, are they on State Street?
They won't be on October 11th.
Great, I know where they'll be.
We have Bon Appetito coming from North Stonington.
Great, now I've been there. Great food.
I have had their food, and
Great
it's
food.
very good.
Yes.
What else, Tricia?
Zangs from
Zangs.
Downtown Mystic, always a hit with the spicy tuna and the California rolls there. And then
Tricia knows these. Actually, name the restaurant, and Tricia could name me the food.
I have to, in my defense, I don't eat either
Yeah.
of those. It's that I have to take all of the information down when
Yeah.
I'm talking to them. And then we also have our nonprofit food vendors, which would be the Knights of Columbus and the Fitch Falcons, which do they do the hamburgers and hot dogs. And the Knights of Columbus, I believe, are doing clam fritters, right?
Yes.
Yes. And this is a great opportunity for them to raise money for their organization.
Yes.
And we do have a lot of nonprofit vendors at this event. We have the Rotary doing the Amber Alert, and it's a really, like you said, great way to get exposure, but also as a nonprofit to kind of tell the community, hey, we're here and we offer this service. You may
Get
not
the
know
message
about
out,
it.
right.
Yes.
Right.
And a lot of the nonprofits also do some kind of community project or outreach at the Fall Festival that partners well with their mission. For example, I know that in the past, Groton Children First has been there giving information about what they do, advocating for children, and doing creative things like jewelry making with kids. And those things are a lot of fun.
Now, where does the money go? I mean,
All-
you have to pay sort of a booth fee or
Yes.
whatever. So where does the money go?
The funds that we raise at the Fall Festival fund the Groton Lights Parade, the Holiday Lights Parade. When we have extra funds left, it goes towards special projects. A couple of the special projects that we've done recently are the pilot banner program down on Bridge Street in Groton City. And those are really very, very nice. They're a wonderful welcome on the gateway into Groton City.
Groton City, right.
We produced a new rack card so that we can let more businesses know that we're here, who we are, and what we're doing. And we also fund printings of the Discover Groton brochure, which is available at
I didn't know that.
tourist,
Okay.
Welcome to Connecticut
Yes,
tourist
right.
spots on the
Yeah, I'm
highway,
familiar with
hotels,
the magazine.
Chamber of Commerce. I mean, that's
Okay.
everywhere. So those are some of the additional things that we do with the money.
Well, interestingly enough, so Tricia's mom, this is many, many years ago, we did the Groton Lights Festival parade for I think 2 to 3 years, and I just remember one year freezing.
It is a cold night. That is
It was
You never
a
know.
very, very cold night. I'll just tell you this little story. I came home, and it was all about the wave, and smiling. I came home. My husband said, "You can stop smiling." I was frozen in one position, and it was this, and it was really, really cold. And I remember Dunkin' Donuts at the time was giving out little shots of hot chocolate, and it was great. So I do remember those days. I don't know how old you were, Tricia, but I think you were very young.
I think we're going into the 16th year
For the parade.
and that is December 6th this year, and that's through right down
Wow.
Route 1 in Groton.
And,
Wow.
on Columbus Day weekend, always beautiful weather. On the first Saturday in December, you
Yes.
never know what's coming.
Right.
It can be freezing, it can be snowing, it can be warmish. I mean, you just don't know.
But it still goes on.
it does.
It really does. I've seen it between the lighting of the tree, and it just
It
still
has
goes
to be
on.
really bad.
And there are a lot of people that come out for, yes, it does have to be. And you have to be really committed to that parade.
I mean, the only time that, since I personally have been involved, there was an actual snowstorm actively going on that day, and we
Wow.
canceled it. But
Wow.
since I've been involved, that's the only one we've canceled.
Right, right.
But
parades are
speaking
fun.
of not canceling things, the Groton Fall Festival is a rain or shine event. So
Yes.
Okay.
even if it does, happen to be a little overcast or a little rainy, please don't let that stop you. We have so much going on that day. I kind of want to talk a little bit about some of the events and entertainment that we have
good.
going
Oh,
on.
great,
So
great, yeah.
I don't know if you want to segue into that.
Well,
or
one thing that I'm really excited about is the expanded Touch-A-Truck.
What?
We have an expanded Touch-A-Truck area
Touch-A-Truck.
for the young and the young at heart. And we have things like a wrecker and a concrete mixer, like the big, big concrete trucks.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And
I only
police
see those
patrol
at
boat.
site. Oh, well, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
How often
Yeah.
do you get where you can get up close and
Yeah.
actually
Well, they're
touch these
massive.
things? They are definitely massive.
I mean, you see construction sites going on. We have one in Mystic right now, Masonicare, and you look at it and you look at the equipment,
And,
and
you're
you can
dwarfed
imagine.
by
Yeah, you
it.
are dwarfed
Yes.
by it, and sort of scary when you see them coming up the hill.
And
well,
you know
that's
what?
great.
It's great to be able for people, and especially children, but all people, to get up close and personal and touch
Yeah.
these vehicles because they do big stuff.
Well, you can imagine. I mean, think about everything you have to do just to pay attention to drive a car. And I do say that because there should be no texting, no talking on the phone. But
That's
just
right.
think about the concentration you do when you're driving a car. Just heighten that and what you have to do to drive
The
one of
weight
these.
alone,
Exactly.
the everything. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then the other big rig that we have coming is the Lifestar helicopter,
Which you never want to see, but you do want to see.
exactly. And it's akin to when ambulances come to schools so
Yes.
that kids can see what goes on and it's not this big mysterious scary thing.
Right.
Same thing with the Lifestar because
Here to help.
Right, we only see it when, something terrible and dramatic may have happened. This is just so that people can see it. And we anticipate a 1:30 p.m. landing, and we did have them last year, and people can, really get close to that
Okay.
and learn something about what that's all about.
It's great.
So I'm excited about the big rigs.
That, and I've known Susan Bailey a very long time, and I didn't realize how excited she got about these big
Oh, yes.
rigs. So how about the sponsors, Tricia? I know we have a ton of them.
we do. We, every year when you were talking about the funding for the event and, the participation, we keep the participation rate low because we want the smaller businesses and the nonprofits to be able to be involved in this event and to, just get the maximum amount of exposure. So we wouldn't be able to do it if we didn't have our major sponsors that came in and really helped us out. Groton Utilities, always a huge sponsor and a great friend of the Chamber. Groton Parks and Rec, Jerry Larkin there, if it wasn't for our Groton Parks and Rec extended family of the Chamber, this event would not happen. We also have Chelsea Groton, The Day, Savings Institute Bank and Trust, Fairville, the Stonington Oddfellows Lodge number 26, which is out of Stonington. They came in as a first-time sponsor this year, which was very generous. Mystic River Press, Liberty Bank, like I said, Grasso Tech, and then our presenting sponsor would be Hall Radio, and they will be doing a live broadcast with Roxy Radio during the day during Fall Fest. And you will hear us on all 4 of the Hall stations in the 2 weeks leading up to the event.
Those live broadcasts are fun.
Yes.
They are.
And I should also mention we do have some smaller sponsors and in-kind sponsors that help us out. Sometimes it's not always about cash, and it's more just they have the resources and they're able to help. For instance, Grossman Seafood, Coca-Cola, Communications Plus, Grover Insurance. I think I'm pretty much hitting them all. If I forgot any, you will definitely see them on the grotonbiz.com website. I have all of them up there. So, and Mystic Schooners for donating the water.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Susan, you have been a friend to the Chamber for a very long time. You've been entrenched in Groton for a very long time, and you continue to support Groton. What is it about Groton that you love so much?
Well, I've worked down here for quite a long while, and even when we formerly lived in North Stonington,
right?
But I did work down here, and that was.
You're not from Groton.
No, not.
Yeah.
I'm actually from the Jersey Shore.
I know, but you do have a fondness, I guess, and a passion for the city and the town.
When I first came to Connecticut, I lived in Groton City, and I met my husband, who was living in Groton City. So we raised our family in another town, and once our kids were grown, we said, let's move to town. And we moved back down here several years ago, and we're really, really happy to be back.
Right. Yeah, you actually moved from North Stonington back to
Groton City.
And you're still involved in Groton.
Yeah, and I mean, we loved living in the country. It was just a wonderful place to raise kids. And now we love living here, having neighbors, sidewalks. It's great.
And Tricia, just the affiliation, because this was started a long time ago with the Groton Business Association with the Chamber. How important is that to the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce?
It's extremely important, and it's something that's. When Susan was talking about developing a rack card to, educate people on the Groton Business Association and what they do, it's something that you have to kind of get a knowledge for how the two groups work together but remain independent. And the Groton Business Association is an affiliation of the Chamber, therefore, it kind of falls under the Chamber membership. However, any business in Groton, any person that wants to do business in Groton, like Susan was saying, can come to. There's monthly meetings the third Thursday of every month at 7:30 in the morning. It's free to come and network. You can take advantage of those networking type benefits. When it comes to membership within the Chamber, if you are a member of the Chamber and located in Groton, by default, you are a member of the Groton Business Association.
Yes.
Okay.
So you don't pay anymore. You don't have to do anymore. You just have that added plus.
That's fantastic. Because I've noticed along the Strip and along just the shopping centers alone, front and back and down where Big Y is, there is a numerous amount of just small I love what you said, pop-up little businesses.
Yes.
So it's important that, for something like this, to obviously highlight your business that day, but I also understand that if you are a one-person show, if you're going to shut your store down and you don't have a lot of employees, it's very difficult. But certainly with the GBA and something like this, it's important that these small businesses know that we understand how important they are.
Right.
And I think
that's why we have our meetings so early.
Well, and I didn't know that
achievable for the small shops.
Okay.
You're done and out in time to go open
Right, and just the fact that by default you are a member.
And I really like to stress that whole, you don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to pay anything extra.
Saying that, I was like,
I think that people, sometimes they're worried like, oh gosh, did you just put me on a committee? Do I have to do something? No, there's not a, you don't have a participation level that you have to do,
No.
but we're welcoming to one and all. One story I just want to share real quick because this is really exciting. We have the Fearless Flyers coming to the Groton Fall Festival. I just confirmed.
The Fearless Flyers?
Now, this is a new business
Okay.
that will be opening in November in Groton, in the town, and they're going to be doing the acrobat and trampoline type gymnastics classes.
As an exercise form, or this is like a dance kind of?
As an exercise form.
Wow.
So this is the first and only place like that I know of in the area.
Anywhere around here.
So when
I thought we were putting up a tent or something. Somebody was going to be flying through the.
No.
This is great.
Insurance kind of limits us on
Yes.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But so the business won't even be open until November. They're in the process of actually building their own building, and she had found out about the Groton Fall Festival and thought that this would be a great opportunity to start getting the public accustomed with what they're going to offer and join the chamber at the same time so that we can continue to promote them as they lead up to their opening.
That's fantastic. And they are actually building their own.
They're building their
site?
own facility in Flanders Road in Groton.
Okay. Wow. That's smart business people.
Yeah.
Really smart business.
It's perfect. It's a perfect fit.
So why don't you tell us, Susan, about some of the entertainment?
We have, let's see, we have Lou Manzi returning.
Okay.
Do you know Lou Manzi?
Yes, I do know Lou Manzi.
He's so popular.
He is very popular. Yeah.
He's a great guy. Yeah. His music, I mean,
He has
we
a
all
following.
find ourselves singing with him.
Right. He does have a following. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Great.
And let's see, I have to look at we have a performance by Dancers, Inc.
Mm-hmm.
We had them last year, I believe.
We did, they are another local business, dance studio in Groton. And
So is there a stage? Is there some place that are they going to be dancing?
they'll be in the center area. We kind of keep open. There's the helicopter, obviously, but then there's space there for them.
There's
Okay.
plenty of space, yeah. And then we have again a return with Steve Alsey and Friends, and they also have a following.
Yes, they do. They have a very big following.
Very popular. Yeah. And they were nominated for an Emmy last year.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So how many people actually do you think, I mean, can we gauge that really come through?
I think last year we estimated about 6,000.
Generally,
6,000 people?
yeah. Generally speaking, I lean towards the 68,000. Because it's throughout the course of the day, so you definitely get some people that come, even before the events even started, and they just want to mill around and check things out and see what's going on as we're about to start. And then, at the end of the day, there's always those that stick around to watch the Lifestar helicopter take back off.
So the Lifestar helicopter has its own following as well.
It does. We don't want to see it have to emergency leave in the middle of the day, but people love to just watch it take off. And so, I mean, it's a lot of people just coming and going throughout the day. I think also people maybe are just driving down this Route 1 right by Pequannock Plains Park, and they're like, oh, I forgot that was going on, and there's the free parking, and let's just go for an hour or something.
Yeah.
So I think we get a huge amount.
And that's another great thing. It's free admission.
Right.
So you can come for an hour, you can come for the whole day.
Right. So once you park.
Lots of people do both.
And the shuttle is every half hour or every 15 minutes?
No,
It's like every couple of minutes.
Okay.
I mean,
it's
because
constant.
Yeah.
Because some people have this thing, I don't want to park off-site, I want to be close to my car, but it's very easy going up and down Fort Hill, plenty of parking.
It's easy to walk. I walk it myself. And, if you...
You do?
Yeah. Up the hill to Grasso? Sure.
In heels?
Not in heels.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Not
Anyways, no, I'm just wondering. But it's a great family day as
It is.
well. I
It
mean, I
is.
think that's what you get.
Yes.
And I've only been a couple of times, but I noticed that people just bring their family out in droves, especially with the little
Absolutely.
kids. You get to eat, you have entertainment, you can learn about several different businesses, you can be engaged as much
Playground
as
there.
you're,
When your kids need a break, you can go over there for a little while.
right? So I,
Oh, and real quick, we totally forgot to mention 2 other really cool things. The Whittles Farmers Market,
yes.
that'll be there
Gosh.
all day.
Yeah.
And Mystic Aquarium will be there, and for part of the time that they're there,
Wow.
they are bringing some sea creatures to be touched and held, and
And that's a new one.
fantastic. That's
We're
a great
excited
one.
about
Yeah,
that.
that's a great one.
everybody knows the kids love to touch the snakes and the everything else
Yes.
that they bring.
Although, Tricia, you don't look like you do.
That's
Everything
fine,
as
but-
we adults, I mean, probably when we were children, we loved it, but everything as we adults, I don't know why we become more scared. But Susan, thank you so much. And Tricia, thank you so much. This is just such a great event. And would you thank Al Valente for us, too?
I absolutely will.
Because I know that he works very hard
Yes, he does.
On things like this. And, again, these are volunteer positions, and we really appreciate everything you do. Just real quick before we end it, how many volunteers come through that?
Oh, we have probably 50 volunteers altogether.
At least.
Wow.
At least.
Yeah, if you add in, we always get some people close to the end who are just from the community who say, I'd like to volunteer. And that bumps us up because we almost never say no. We make
Well,
new
thank
friends.
you, Trish, Susan. Groton Fall Festival, Saturday,
October
11.
It's this coming Saturday.
Yeah, this
10 to
coming
4.
Saturday.
10 to 4. You will hear us on the radio, I think this coming Tuesday or Wednesday to promote it on the different stations. So definitely tune in. And if you need any information, you can visit grotonbiz.com or you can call the chamber office at 860-572-9578.
Okay, 10 to 4. Remember, rain or shine. Good evening, everybody. We are Mystic Matters. We'll see you this weekend.